Welcome back to another Roblox video. Today we're playing Rivals, and we're jumping straight into the action. I'm ready for some good eliminations and hopefully a win. We start in the arena, and everything can happen incredibly fast. Enemies are moving around the map, so I have to keep checking my surroundings and stay ready for a fight. I'm using the assault rifle and looking for a good position. The map has narrow paths, giving us plenty of places to hide. I move around corners carefully, looking for enemies. As soon as I spot someone, I start shooting and try to keep my aim on them while they move. Some fights are close, and one mistake can send me back to the respawn. I'm using the walls for cover and peeking out when I have an opportunity to attack. Both teams are fighting for every elimination, and every kill matters. I'm trying to keep the pressure on and not give the other team an easy round. At one point I switch weapons and test a different setup. The sniper can be powerful, but missing can leave me exposed. I have to wait for the right moment. Then the action gets even crazier. Enemies start appearing from different directions, and I have to move quickly to avoid getting surrounded. I land some shots, but the opponents fight back. After the first part, I check the menu before getting back into the game. I jump back into the action. This time I'm paying even more attention to enemy positions. I'm trying to move smarter and use the map to my advantage. I push forward and look for targets. An enemy appears ahead, and I immediately open fire. The fight is quick, and I keep moving while trying to land my shots. The screen gets chaotic, with players moving everywhere. Staying calm becomes really important because anything can happen in just a few seconds. Eventually I get taken out, and the round moves on without me. It's frustrating, but that's Rivals. You can win one fight and lose the next one just a few seconds later. After the defeat, I notice a skin ticket in the menu, so I check the reward. It's always interesting to see what rewards are waiting after playing matches. I also check the available skins. Some of them look really cool, and now I have even more motivation to keep playing and collecting rewards. Then it's time to teleport back and get ready for another match. I want to turn things around and get a better result. I'm also trying to improve my movement while fighting. Standing still makes it much easier for enemies to hit me, so I keep moving, changing positions, and looking for openings. Sometimes the best move is to wait behind cover and let the opponent make the first mistake. Every match gives me another chance to improve my aim and strategy. There's still a lot more gameplay ahead. We've already tested different weapons and picked up a reward, but I'm definitely not done yet. Let's get back into Rivals and see what happens next. I'm going for more eliminations and hopefully a win. Let's see what happens next. The match is getting more intense, and I'm back in the arena ready to keep fighting. The map is full of corners and ramps, so I'm constantly checking where the enemy could appear. I move forward with the assault rifle and stay close to cover. I peek around the corner, spot movement ahead, and immediately start firing. The enemy is moving quickly, so keeping the crosshair on them is not easy. Every elimination can change the round, so I'm trying to take every opportunity one get. When the enemy disappears behind cover, I don't chase blindly. Instead, I wait for them to come back into view. A few seconds later, another player appears. I fire again and try to finish the fight before they can get close. Reloading at the wrong time can leave me exposed, so positioning is important. The fight continues around the white walls of the map. I move up the ramp, check the upper area, and look for another target. There are players on both sides, so I have to keep turning and checking my surroundings. Eventually the match comes to an end, and I'm back in the lobby. The lobby has several things to check, including the duels area, daily tasks, weapons, and rewards. I notice the daily tasks on the left. Playing more matches and getting eliminations will help complete them. That gives us another reason to jump straight into the next match. Before starting, I check the available options and prepare for another fight. There are different weapons and equipment choices, and I'm trying to decide what will work best for the next map. Then the game starts another teleport. We get a new map called Shooting Range, and this time I can choose some equipment before the round begins. There are grenades, molotovs, satchels, and even a war horn available. I decide to keep things simple and prepare for the fight. The new map looks completely different. with bright white walls and open areas that make it easier to spot enemies. The round begins, and I move carefully through the map. I'm using an Uzi this time, so the fights are going to be much faster. I check the corners and listen for movement before pushing forward. An enemy could be hiding almost anywhere, so I keep my weapon ready. I move around the walls, check the open areas, and look for a chance to get the first elimination. The team score is still close, and nobody wants to give the other side an easy advantage. I keep moving and try to stay unpredictable. One of the most important things in Rivals is knowing when to attack and when to back away. If I rush into several enemies at once, I can get eliminated instantly. So I'm trying to find the perfect balance, move quickly, use cover, and attack when I have the advantage. The new round is already looking promising, and I'm ready to see how many eliminations we can get. The weapons may change, the maps may change, but the goal stays the same: win the fight and help the team take the round. The new round is underway, and I'm ready to keep the pressure on. This map feels much more open, so there are fewer places to hide. That means I need to move carefully and make every shot count. I start moving through the shooting range with the Uzi equipped. I check the corners, watch the openings, and look for enemies pushing toward our side. The moment I see movement, I aim and start firing. The fights are happening quickly. Players are jumping, strafing, and moving around the obstacles, so keeping a steady aim is difficult. I'm trying to stay mobile while keeping my crosshair ready. I find another target and open fire. The enemy starts moving away, so I follow for a moment and keep shooting. I don't want to chase too far because another player could appear from the side. I fall back behind cover and reload. If I rush out without ammunition, the opponent can eliminate me before I get a chance to fight back. Once the weapon is ready, I peek out again. I spot an enemy across the range and start firing. I keep adjusting my aim and trying to land as many shots as possible. I push forward again and check the next section of the map. There's a lot of open space here, so I have to be careful. An enemy can appear from almost any direction. I hear movement and quickly turn around. There's a player behind me, and I react just in time. I start shooting while moving sideways, trying not to become an easy target. The fight gets extremely close. Both of us are moving constantly, and I'm trying to keep my aim locked on the opponent. After a few seconds, the enemy disappears behind cover, giving me a chance to recover. Another player comes into view. I immediately aim and fire. The opponent tries to escape, but I keep following their movement and manage to finish the fight. After the fight, I reload and prepare for the next attack. I don't want to stand in one place for too long because that makes me an easy target. The score is still changing, and the round is getting closer to the finish. Everyone is fighting harder now because 1 or 2 eliminations could decide the result. I push forward once again and look for another enemy. I spot someone near the edge of the map and start firing. They move behind a wall, so I stop shooting and reposition instead of wasting ammunition. I move around the side and try to catch them from another angle. It works for a moment, but another enemy suddenly appears and forces me to retreat. I survive the attack and get back behind cover. Now I'm playing more carefully. Rushing every opponent isn't always the best strategy. Sometimes waiting for the right opportunity is much more effective. The final moments are getting closer, and the pressure is increasing. We've already had some intense fights in this match, but there's still time to change the result. I'm going back in, ready for whatever comes next. The next fight could be the one that changes the whole round, so I'm not giving up yet. I'm keeping the weapon ready and watching for another opening. The final moments of the match are here, and I'm not giving up yet. The score is getting closer, so every elimination can make a difference. I move forward carefully and keep my weapon ready. I check the corners, watch the open areas, and wait for an enemy to make a move. I spot a player ahead and immediately start firing. They try to move behind cover, but I keep the pressure on. The fight is fast, and I have to keep moving so I don't become an easy target. After the fight, I reload and quickly look around. There could be another enemy nearby, so standing still is too dangerous. I move toward the next area and spot another player. I start shooting, but they react quickly and return fire. I move sideways, use the wall for cover, and wait for another chance to attack. The match is getting really intense now. Everyone is trying to get the final eliminations, and there isn't much time left. I push forward one more time and look for a target. I see an enemy across the map and open fire. They disappear behind a wall, so I change my position and try to get a better angle. The final seconds are ticking away. I keep moving, checking every corner, and looking for one last opportunity. And that's it. The match is over. We had some really close fights, some good eliminations, and a few moments where things could have gone completely differently. Rivals is definitely a game where you have to stay focused. 1 second you can be winning a fight, and the next second another player can appear from nowhere and take you out. I'm happy with how this match went, and I definitely want to keep improving my aim and movement. There are more weapons to try, more maps to play, and plenty of battles still waiting for us. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to watch the next one. We'll jump back into Rivals, try more weapons, and hopefully get even more wins. Before we finish, I'm taking one more look at the results. There were some really close fights in this match, and I definitely learned a few things. My aim still needs some work, but with every round I'm getting more comfortable with the weapons and the movement. Next time, I want to play even more aggressively and see if we can get an even better result. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Roblox video.